Welcome to the seventh and last unit of Meetings That Work, brought to you by Dogwatch Navigation, LLC. Copyright, Art and Science of Coaching. The coaching program is licensed only to Dogwatch Navigation. The terms and conditions presented at the start of Unit 1 apply to all the units in this workshop. Hi, I'm Carol Hallberg, a certified executive life coach specialized in emotional intelligence and the principal of Dogwatch Navigation. Please visit the Dogwatch Navigation website or listen to my podcast, Navigation Points, to learn more about my services. Now let's put your meeting together. Putting it all together. The big day has arrived. You are counting down the minutes before your meeting is set to begin. But if it seems as if despite all of the planning and preparation you've done, you can't calm the butterflies in your stomach, just remember, for many of us, the hardest part of any undertaking is making that initial step. In other words, just do it. An article in Fortune magazine pointed out that not everyone finds the same events stressful. Authors Alan Farnham and Nora E. Field wrote, and I quote, "Drop a scorpion into a box of puppies and you get stressed puppies. But drop it into a box of elf owls, which will eat scorpions, and you get satisfaction." End quote. It is wise to have as much done as possible before the actual meeting day. However, on the actual meeting day, the following tips might be helpful. Review. Go over your presentation 1 hour before the meeting starts. Relax. Take several deep cleansing breaths or listen to soothing music. Affirm. Write down affirmations listing your strengths and positive expectations for the meeting. Repeat these to yourself. Reject any negative thoughts which might arise. Delegate. Ask others to give reports, make presentations, or lead a work group. You might be surprised to learn that your audience is just as nervous as you are. The following steps will help relieve participants' anxieties. Have everything ready. Not only will this send a message that you value participants' time, but it also tells them that you are a competent leader. If possible, greet every participant as he or she arrives. And, if possible, greet them by name or introduce yourself. Promise participants that you will end the meeting at the agreed upon time. Play soothing instrumental music prior to the meeting. Use humor whenever possible. And recognize the sacrifices participants have made to attend the meeting. Opening the meeting. The way in which you open your meeting sets the tone for everything that follows. A good opening will build a sense of community among participants. There are a variety of ways to open a meeting. You might begin by relating a startling statistic or an inspirational quote relative to your topic. You could ask participants to brainstorm what they hope to accomplish during the meeting and then rank their suggestions in importance. Whatever it is you choose, try to make your opening enthusiastic, memorable, relevant, and original. If you are introducing a speaker or a superior, be certain that you have the audience's attention first. Supply participants with important, relevant information before giving the speaker's name. Things like written biographies or photographs are also helpful. Studies indicate that people remember names better after they have data and a face to relate it to. People will judge your entire presentation on how well you are able to give instructions. Give clear, succinct instructions with no more than 3 tasks sequenced together at one time. Provide both written and oral instructions for clarity. Then, show how the instructions will produce the desired results. allow ample time for questions and answers. Successful business leaders agree that if you provide clear, concise information to participants at the beginning of your meeting, they will likely respond by providing you with the action and results you want. Be prompt. Always start on time. Experienced leaders know that you want to begin with an activity that is of interest, but not one that is essential. This has threefold purpose. This gives leeway to late arrivals, rewards those that are on time, and readies participants for the real task ahead. Studies indicate that the most effective progression of activities is opener, introductions, and then instructions. You might be an extremely skilled, honest, and trustworthy individual, but if your audience doesn't think you are, your presentation won't fly. Being prepared and always starting your meetings on time will go far towards enhancing your credibility. But there are a few other ways in which you can build confidence between yourself and the participants during the meeting. During the meeting, keep your answers short and to the point. Use strong action verbs, colorful concrete comparisons, and specific examples. Make certain that participants understand terms, problems, and instructions. Avoid frequent blinking. Keep the discussion focused. Stay calm, even if someone is openly hostile toward you. Listen without interruption and always think before you speak. Remember to include all the participants in the discussion, even the quiet ones. Use participants' names, own up to your own mistakes, and end on time. Although some meetings require more documentation than others, all meetings should have written record of the proceedings. Records show what decisions were made, by whom, and what actions were taken. Remember, these records could be used as legal documents, so they must be as accurate as possible. Existing methods of recording meetings include transcription, audio tape, videotape, notes, annotated visuals such as transparencies or flip charts. The method you choose will be determined by your own resources and your needs. When considering how to close your meeting, remember that your goal is to have participants leave the meeting with a sense of accomplishment and a renewed commitment. Bringing closure to your meeting will give your group a few minutes to review the objectives of the meeting one more time and allow participants to build rapport by acting as a community. Closing techniques you might find helpful include asking participants to summarize what happened in the meeting, ending with a laugh, stopping a timer you had previously set. Ask yourself, do you always end your meetings when you say you will? I would hope by now the answer is strongly agree. I'm sure that it is. After the meeting adjourns, take the opportunity to network with participants. This is a good time to learn more about your coworkers' interests and preferences. These insights will help you prepare for future meetings. Be certain to thank support personnel who helped gather materials, reserve meeting space, and otherwise helped plan the meeting. And thank presenters for sharing their time and talent. When you are back at your desk, write down your impressions while they're still fresh in your mind. Include notes about the appropriateness of the meeting place, observations about participants, names of resource people, seating arrangements, anything that might be helpful for your next meeting. Then, begin a tentative agenda for your next meeting. And finally, congratulate yourself on a job well done. Now for our last little scenario. The setting is a meeting room. And of course, we have our friends, Todd, Mike, and Angie sitting in the room. Instrumental music is playing on a small radio behind Angie. She flicks it off. Angie, I want to thank you for coming this afternoon. Todd had to reschedule a dental appointment, and Mike has been working diligently over his quarterly sales report. First, I want to assure you that we will be out of here in 1 hour. Second, I promise you that after listening to our guest speaker this afternoon, our sales team, which is already unparalleled in the business, will be even better. As you can see from the brief bios in front of you, Dr. Thurgood is an expert in human relations. Good human relations skills are key to successful sales, as well as to our relationships with our peers. Without further ado, I present Dr. Thurgood. Angie extends her hand to the door, and the camera fades. So, what, if any, steps has Angie taken towards a successful meeting? 1. She played soothing music before the meeting. 2. She recognized sacrifices participants made to be there. 3. She introduced the guest speaker. Or 4. All of the above. Of course, it's all of the above. Wow, that's the end of Unit 7, the last of the units in the Meetings That Work workshop. We have covered how to know if a meeting is necessary using OR, objectives, actions, roles. Components of a successful meeting, NAP, notification, agenda, preparation. You now know the 5 main reasons to hold a meeting: informational, brainstorming, task, compliance, and ceremonial. You have the 3+1 rule: beginning, middle, end, plus evaluation. When stating your objectives, you will be specific, you will be positive, and you will be realistic. You have the meeting types down pat and the resources required for each. When planning a presentation, you know to keep it short and sweet. Remember, there are different types of presentations: news reporter, advertising, listing and looping, outlines and flowcharts, and cognitive. But for all of the presentations in these meeting types, you want to think about your topic. Tell only pertinent information consistently. We've affirmed that appearance matters and that practice is of paramount importance using the talk techniques. Take slow, deep breaths. Audio tape your presentation. Lower your pitch. Keep track of the time your presentation takes. We've looked at the 3 types of conflict resolution: individual, group, and team. And we've looked at how to approach the day of your meeting using RAD: review, relax, affirm, delegate. It is my sincere hope that you've gotten a golden nugget of knowledge from each of the 7 units in this workshop, and that you're well on your way to becoming a supercharged manager. Through Dogwatch Navigation, I offer one-on-one and group coaching to help you live the life you want, a life of fulfillment. I can help you become the best manager you want to be if that is your goal. Please visit Dogwatch Navigation or contact me to learn more. My job is to provide you with clarity of purpose and a clear path to achievement. This is Carol Hallberg, wishing you a magnificent future. Remember, it's your journey.